out. Sometimes this is the best way to do it. Sick. Oh, he almost made it backside. Boaster takes him down, protects Doma, who now sends forward the boom ball. This is going to allow FNATIC to really have a good defense.
Oh, Magnum!
Oh, Magnum again. But it's a 2v2 here, Rip. There's 50 seconds for Sentinels to reset this. They're trying to fall back. Oh, that was close.
I thought he took his head off.
TP.
Mystic waiting. HP in favor of Sentinels right now. Dapper and Shazam to run around. That means the IGL is up and thinking right now. The gears are turning from where they need to go. He says it's a call back to B, and it's probably the safest plant, knowing they have a Sova, knowing they have a Viper. Off-site play is probably their best bet to get here. Drops the spike down so Shazam himself can stay safe for that detect.
Spike planted.
And Shazam in a forward position. Indeed, Mystic not expecting.
Oh!
Hunter's Fury coming out, and Dapper will take down Dirk.
Wow.
Sentinel
Wow.
pick up. Hunter's Fury coming out, and Dapper. Indeed, Mystic not expecting.
Oh!
Hunter's Fury coming out, starting this best of 5. All they need, Riv, is one more.
Incredibly small things for each map are what is bringing us the result right now. Easily going either way. You can't say fault here. You can't say fault there. Sentinels, going in with the ultimate, hardly ever use the showstopper in rounds, right? It can be used for a lot of stuff, but if you're looking for an error even in the winter, like, there was not much to find. Everybody's playing so fantastically here. From leader to duelists to Sentinels to controllers. 2 overtime maps, Dan, from both of these teams. You can't be asking much more in the growth of this rivalry right now.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. It was so close. And again, for me, there is this element of, like, in the breakdown, in the chaos that we're in when we hit an overtime, where Sentinels, historically, the core of this lineup across since their inception, they've always been so good. When things break down into chaos, they seem to just really harness it so well. And we started to see those issues for FNATIC over time. And so, with that said, there is still a lot more action to come. So please stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hey there, you remember about a year ago when Valorant launched, they had this like really cool duelist cinematic where we saw Phoenix going after Jet and there was this like cool fire and then she gets a drop on him. And have you ever wondered like, what happened after that? Well, I got a treat for you because we have something lined up that displays the next chapter in the Valorant story, which will be released right here, right now, during the Masters Reykjavík finals. Let's check it out.
This just in. Reports of a disaster in Italy.
안녕하십니까. 이탈리아에서 들어온 지각이 폭발해 공중으로 떠오른 사건이 발생했습니다.
Sta galleggiando a 300 metri da terra.
Radionite may have been involved.
Kingdom, whose Radionite power program accounts for more than 3/4 of the world's energy production, have denied any connection to this disaster.
Anyone with information on the two unidentified radiants spotted at the scene is being asked to come forward.
Finally! About time you showed up.
We're picking up gunfire. Did you locate the spike?
That would be a yes?
Stay close. Weapons ready.
I was born ready.
This way.
Hey, take a look.
It's stealing Radionite from the environment. How do we stop it?
I'm on it.
You'll need a Radicore to power the heat signal.
I got this.
Phoenix, wait!
Hands up, come on. You should see your face.
Come on. Did you find a power source?
Here.
Let's go, let's go.
But not enough power.
It needs to be superheated.
Get that here.
I honestly didn't expect that to work.
Really? So, maybe give us a heads up next time?
Sign secure. We're coming home.
That the big man. Tell him I need answers this time.
What is your problem? We crushed it.
Phoenix gotta look in the mirror.
How come they look like us? And what do they want our radiant at for?
I'll talk to Brimstone. It's time we filled you in.
Yo, we got problems.
We? You're the one that screwed up.
You serious? You had it easy, Jet. You know they're bringing whole teams now, right?
And so will we.
Starting now, you've got 48 hours to claim an exclusive Valorant player card with a cool duality theme. So you go to redeem.playvalorant.com and type in the code you see here on the screen. You only have 48 hours to do so. If you want to get that unique player card, make sure you do it ASAP. And I ain't gonna front, that was dope. I'm actually really excited. I have no idea what's going on, but you know, in Rito we trust. Anyway, moving on though, guys, I thought that the script was on, and it turns out Sentinels have other plans. Maybe they want to go to the Blue Lagoon faster. I don't know. But Bind saw Sentinels go 2-0 in this Best of 5 finals. And here are your Prime Gaming map highlights. And Potter, Sentinels, they took a highly contested map.
They sure did. They sure did. And, you know, in the beginning of this match, I thought, surely this is FNATIC dominating. They did such a fantastic job controlling the pace on the attacker side. The shower control coming up from Boaster, it constantly kept Sentinels guessing. They lost control of over that side of the map. And then the misdirections, because of the conditioning that FNATIC were able to do early on in the first half, they're able to throw out fakes after fakes after fakes, and it caught Sentinels off guard. But man, on the attack side, that is where these guys on Sentinels absolutely thrive. Tens going 8-1 in his first contact, first duels, winning out majority of them, nearly 200 ADR on him, just utilizing the dismiss in the perfect times. And man, Sentinels, every time they look like they're out, somehow, some way, a hero rises out.
A hero emerges. You know, watching this game, you know, it reminds me of when I casted, I know it was Sentinels TSM. I think it was either FaZe Invitational or PAX Arena. And I remember thinking to myself, we're seeing the game elevated right here, right now. Like each and every round that passes, the chess battles that we're witnessing, that is exactly how it feels watching FNATIC and Sentinels go toe-to-toe here. And it's only appropriate that it is Sentinels, Vansili, given their long history in this game. This long history in this game, despite it being a short history that the game's been around for. And then, on top of which, they pull off some miraculous feats in this matchup, especially in round 14. It was a big turnaround for the Sentinels.
100%. That came to a thrifty round there for Sentinels. Pretty much an equal at the same time. Tens, yes, he's able to get 2 sheriff kills to allow for Sentinels to get the plant, right? But when you look back at the defender side, when they had to rotate for FNATIC, they still had both initiators alive. So the recon dart and as well as the Trailblazer allowed that information to come out. But what I really liked about this was that Sick was there with Dapper. They knew that they were spotted now. You just leave Dapper to die. So that you play the other Crossfire setup with Sick running around the site, and then you just get these kills coming in from the backside of short A. So it's not only about the good execution from both of these teams, but it was also about how good the discipline is for both of these teams. The margin of error for Sentinels and for FNATIC is so minimal that it shows why this series is the best series we've witnessed in Valorant so far this year.
Yeah, so minimal. It's 14-12 game 1, and then 16-14, right? Sentinels in OT for game 2. Yep. This honestly couldn't have been a better display. But Mitch, I know that you're dealing with some copium over there, Poppy, but I'm going to come to you because we got to look forward. We got to look forward to Haven. What's going on with Durka? What should we be expecting from him and his importance in the game, but also how does FNATIC bounce back for the reverse sweep?
Yeah, you know, this is obviously somewhere that I'm not going to be bringing a lot of hope for FNATIC being 2-0 down. They need 3 consecutive maps, and starting it on Haven, honestly, coming into this series, what I had painted in the pre-show is that I actually think that Haven will be good for Sentinels because the main downfall for them, again, they did win it last time that they played versus FNATIC, but the main downfall for me was Sick's inability to really find value on that Phoenix. And this time around, I think they will have reimagined that, whether it comes down to still playing Phoenix, but renegotiating how they want to play that defender side. You can chalk the attack up to just being unlucky in a lot of the duels that he took versus Durka. But I would also like to see a Sage maybe come in there to provide that extra bit of defensive setup. Overall, though, Sentinels, they won this last time they played it. That was with FNATIC taking a pistol, and FNATIC won both pistols on Bind. Everything is set up for them to claim this series, and there needs to be a big step up. And Durka was the man that was delivering again and again when it came to Haven in the last matchup. He's had a bit of a shaky start here today. Yeah. Magnum has picked up a lot of the slack, coming in with some insane flanks, even there on Sky on Bind, where I didn't expect that much from him. I think it's ultimately going to be down to Magnum stepping it up, continuing that form, but Durka's got to join him, and we need to see a reimagining of Sentinels Haven, because I think at this point, FNATIC will have them kind of figured out.
I think this is why Sentinels could just keep playing their game. Because, yes, if Sick was kind of quiet the last time that they play against each other when he was playing a Phoenix, he is definitely on this series so far. And if Durka's the one that's being quiet, well, you're looking at the head-to-head. Mitch, you mentioned it before we actually got into the series. The amount of times that we had these duels and who was able to shut down Durka, it was actually Sick himself. So that means that Sentinels, keep your playbook, keep doing what you do, and it's working just to perfection.
Yeah, so Potter, now here we are where FNATIC, you know, they're staring down the right down the barrel here, and Sentinels just want to end it. They want to close this out. Do you think that FNATIC could potentially force this game 4?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think so. You know, every one of these rounds have been so close. My biggest question is going to be, is Boaster going to kind of lean heavily more into this Brimstone pick? I've seen him kind of tinkering with the Astra and Haven. I'm looking straight at Boaster. I think he's the biggest playmaker on the FNATIC side. Every now and then, somehow, some way, he's able to rat his way into the back lines and create some sort of multi-kill scenario for himself. So I'm looking straight at that in-game leader. He tends to be the big playmaker. FNATIC are absolutely going to need him to step up to the plate.
And, you know, when you talk about bringing it the distance, right, to not even 4, but 5 maps, you have to remember, coming into Haven and Icebox, these are the maps that were played last time. We've got the kind of insta-bans, your split, your bind out of the way. Sentinels have a huge advantage having picked them up. But now we come into the stage where FNATIC have gone back to the drawing board, where they've looked at what Sentinels did last time and how they can beat them. That's why I'm saying for Sentinels, I want to see that little bit of a difference from them. It doesn't have to be in the agent selection or anything like that, but they can't come in and play the same game as they did before. FNATIC, just like we've seen from Sentinels, are a team that will constantly innovate and look to improve game to game, and you may bet that they've done their extra little bit of prep time for this game and for these 2 maps in particular.
Yeah, I believe you definitely have to be prepared against TenZ right now as well, right? TenZ has been the player for me on a map like Haven that had a lot of room to breathe on defense, especially on any of the teams that he played against on Haven this week. So if they could actually prepare the same way to try to push him back off these aggressive angles where he's potentially going to be playing a jet op, then you might have a better chance here for FNATIC overall to get through these site picks. The thing is, for me, what I could take away that was good for FNATIC on that previous map on Bind was their timing. They actually had 2 or 3 really good flanks and backstabs from Boaster and also from Mystic. And Boaster, we know him to be that type of player that could be fairly aggressive on a map like Haven too. So if they don't pay attention, if Dapper doesn't play his Cypher well enough, then FNATIC have chances to upset and get these turnaround kills that could allow them to get the lead in this series.
Yeah, it's been a lot of discussion here regarding, you know, FNATIC needing to turn it around. But Potter, you had also mentioned as well that they simply just need, Sentinels need to just steer the ship in the right direction. That last game on Bind, TenZ went 8 first bloods, 1 first death. Like, you can clearly tell the impact of this young man on this team ever since joining the lineup. So long as they stay on the steady path, it seems like it should be a 3-0 for the North American Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking that way, right? And TenZ is he's got ice in his veins, literally. He doesn't back down.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he backs down from many...
Oh, go on. He doesn't back down. You're so right. Sorry, we're getting a lot of words from production right now, but it's perfectly fine, though, because we are ready to jump into this game. So apologies to my analysts, but the question is, can FNATIC turn things around, or will Sentinels end it right here? DDK Riv, over to you.
A lot of very important questions that you're asking there, Golden Boy, and we're about to find out the answers for sure. Here in the Prime Gaming Agent Select, Riv, we're getting a little preview of what is to come.
We have the tried and true strategies here for the Agent Select coming from both teams. The last 4 plays out of FNATIC look just like that, and the last 10 plays out of Sentinels here for Haven have looked just like this. The tried and true Phoenix getting thrown in there. We'll see if it can work again. Last time, Sick had a little trouble, as we heard Mitch Man saying, producing those strats, being the one to, you know, come out with the Phoenix and make it work. We've seen a lot of teams shy away from it. Let's see if Sentinels can still prove that it works here as we get on to Haven.
And Sick is the first player we'll be following here off the bat, looking to get that space with TenZ towards short A. They're actually contacting this all the way through. Quite unexpected, and they'll find a completely empty site. So I don't know if this is a very solid read but it's worked out. And it's not the end of the world for FNATIC either, because they can just play retake.
Yep. One of the toughest things I identified with this FNATIC retake composition, and even when they're on aggression, if they are in the post plant, they have very little ways to identify what they're coming into. No Sova. You have to wait for Mystic's a utility to come in, and that's hopefully going to be enough for them.
And there's the defuse actually. It's actually, oh, it just missed halfway, but FNATIC are getting the kills here as they force Sentinels to have to peek from those smokes because they don't have any vision. That looked very comfortable for FNATIC. You can see exactly why they were so happy to play retake on A on the pistol, because they knew they could shut down both the post-plant positions of short and long, and then just walk into the site.
Really, really well done. Executing in there, showing you what it means, and what you need to do rather to take a site without having that Sova. It's about teamwork. It's about being there for the trades if the first person isn't taking the shots. And great smokes by Boaster to come in. Can't deny that, as it allowed FNATIC full coverage of the site and agency as soon as they got in. There's that pistol round from FNATIC. Can they keep it going, or do we get another 1-1 in our second round?
Yeah, once again, we get a contact here from Sentinels on this pistol round. Ten's looking to get that opening shot. Oh, he knows there's going to be a jump here. He's beyond the flash. He's got an opportunity as he swings around, finds Doma in the back, and he might just have a second one. The flick comes through, but Mystic's still alive. Ten's weak, but his teammates now have gained the space onto the site as FNATIC are forced to an awkward defense, but it's looking good for them as Dapper swings around the site. He makes it hurt a little bit, but still FNATIC are in good position, poised to hold the A site. And it's all onto Zoms now for Sentinels. Couple whiffs, and FNATIC come home with the round. That was almost very scary for FNATIC.
Yeah. Looking at that round, it's one that Sentinels actually was able to exploit the first time they played FNATIC. In the situation, it was Mystic that Trailblazer down Cat, and Doma said, wait a minute, and turned around to find it was Tens, I believe, at the time, taking him down. That time, they turn initially to watch A, adapt the strat, realize what's going down. FNATIC doing a great job of really making the little things count here and switching what cost them rounds in the first matchup here on Haven with Sentinels. So great to see the adaptation coming out. It's what exactly FNATIC needs, and they're starting to get that momentum.
Yeah. We get the drone coming down A short as well, so lots of presence from Sentinels, because they also used the gravity well on A long to deny any vision of A long, and the cage was up A long for Sentinels, so Sentinels really pressuring this position, but this play with a judge close range is extremely worrisome for Sentinels, and they're gonna back the hell out of there. And we have the rotation from FNATIC. They've got 3 players on A for the time being.
How do we miss?
We have some for Sentinels, and they're gonna put this the hell out. Play with a judge close range is extremely worrisome for Sentinels.
Around the board, so it's kind of Durka playing defense for himself. The Spectre can be kind of medium to longish range if you want, but there's no rifle to trade with a missed shot from Durka, so he needs to play that a bit safe. He's going to post it long, which allows the team, this is great, because they're saying, well, we don't know what Sentinel's doing, so let's post up long, and we can fortify the other side of the map. A trade for kills comes in as we start things off.
Boaster's in a great position. They're not expecting he's going to let the Zoms walk past. Trigger discipline moment here from Boaster as he holds the ground, and still they don't know about him. This is the play here. This will ruin everything for Sentinels. He comes through and he pulls the trigger. He only gets the one frag though. It's a 3v3. Still a good opportunity here for FNATIC, but that could have been so much more. And Durka comes through, dashing after the whiff. Chance is starting to fall here for FNATIC as now Sentinels start to pull ahead. Another missed opportunity there for Durka as Mystic swings around logs, looking for that next fight, able to take down Dapper, finds the second. Mystic has it all to do, alone in this situation. Is there any util here for Shazam? He's going for the hold here halfway. Shazam! He's gonna pull the swing, and he's gonna take down Mystic, picking up the round for Sentinels. Oh, Boaster, he's gonna be really, really frustrated, surely, with that one.
The corner to be checked. Turned around, got it. You love to see those plays happen too. I mean, it's just as great to see it stopped, but to see him be able to transfer that out would have been amazing. Boaster had such a great play coming up. And the wall kind of stopped them there. A little too much penetration value stopping the gun. 2-1. Sentinels pick one up here as they stop what was the operator round for Durka. Now onto a frenzy, but Bladestorm is there, so FNATIC is not that down and out. This is kind of a played strategy. Sick takes down Bolster though, and now a 4v5.
Yeah, scary stuff. You're trying to take that opening jewel. Oh, hello. TenZ is going to find Magnum.
Oh, my word.
Trying to take that opening jewel. Oh, hello. TenZ is going to find Magnum.
Oh, my word.
Fantastic follow-up onto Doma. Leaves FNATIC truly rocked after that. They have, oh, hello. That right-click song. Oh, Mystic will be loving it, though. And Durka's got the Bladestorm. I mean, this would be a highlight moment. It would have to be here from Durka, but the angle from Zoms there, that's the worst possible thing that could have happened for Durka. And Sentinels crush it through 2-2.
Nice flanks, nice plays. Zoms there able to kind of solidify the round if everything in sight didn't go as it needed to. Look at that, right? As he was hitting the ground, before TenZ was hitting the ground, his thought process was to the next play. Not where's the next person, it's my next play, and if someone's in front of me, they go down. That processing of information is so damn fast, and why we basically saw Doma still look in the same direction. This is the kind of caliber of play around the board you have to keep bringing to the table. 2-2 now. FNATIC to see what they can do on defense for one more round, as it's going to be a rotation around from Durka. He starts to lean towards different sites, and they're going to play the utility of Magnum towards BC here to make sure that Killjoy can lock that down. How do Sentinels get through? Should be not too hard on the eco.
Yeah, and you can see here that FNATIC, you know, they just saw that Sentinels cleared a short with a drone, so they're actually posting up in case there was a player behind the drone. And, you know, it looks like, you know, as far as FNATIC are concerned, that Sentinels are not taking all this space that they just controlled towards A. So they're going to rotate off now. We definitely need to see a big game here from Durka, I feel.
It does need to happen. It seems like FNATIC operates at a different pace, right? When Durka's kind of opening up everything. Their first match we saw, he kept continuously taking short A on Haven. It just opened up the map. They were able to work around everything else, and Boaster with that type of information is basically unstoppable. Here, they get a bit of that. Trade the 1-for-1, and now, with a rifle in Durka's hands, it's much more possible to make this round count. We'll see what they can do.
And Durka will make himself known to Shazam. Durka probably doesn't expect Shazam to be there, but you'd imagine he'd be checking this angle as he crosses, but the perfect timing there for Shazam, just as Durka has to look towards Garage, that is when Shazam appears. And it's like Sick will take down Boaster. So there's not too much else happening here for FNATIC in terms of damage, it looks like. There is a safe exit for Sentinels if they want it. Mystic is going to try, they want to try to force the fight, so they want to try and make sure they actually die and get some kills along the way here. Sick will be pushed to defend. Another shot comes in. Another kill there for Doma, so damage being done. Nice shots from Doma. Able to steal away a Phantom. Can he get out of there? Doma, so damage being done. Nice shot. Is far enough away. Actually works out nicely. Actually works out nicely for FNATIC.
Doma has one of the most disgusting sheriffs at this event. Honestly, like, if he is not the best with the sheriff from what we've seen. He continuously under pressure can pull up multiple frags. It doesn't matter the situation. You'd love to see him whipping out the big iron to make something happen. So 3-2 here. We're looking at how the money's been working. Wins for Sentinels, $2,900 in credits for loss rounds going over to the side of FNATIC, which means if Durka loses everything this round, he'll have 3,000 credits next round. Easy math, they take a tactical timeout, but you can see how much it is hurting the economy flow now that Sentinels has strung together these 3 rounds. Also, on that last one, Dan, a lot of ultimates popped up for Sentinels. So to have that happen after FNATIC comes off an eco means Sentinels may be able to go for the throat once again, combining a lot of those ults.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a really interesting situation because FNATIC also have that information, so I wonder what they'll be expecting. Because, you know, one thing that in any research FNATIC would have done is you have to know, okay, with the comp that Sentinels is running, where do their ultimates go when they get them? You know, what rounds, what tells are there in their default that let us know how they're going to utilize those? And should we play retake?
Right.
Because, you know, what are the spots that Six is going to use this run it back? Like, there's just like so many of these things that if FNATIC have done their research, they might have a good idea as to what Sentinels might want to do. But you can't get too in your head with these things too if you're Sentinels and playing generally, because if you play too far outside of your own game, then you might run into, you know, you might outgame yourself, right? So
exactly. It becomes very difficult in that sense, right? You always want to be able to play your game and avoid, one, playing the enemy's game, or two, playing to not lose, which is when you just play so scared, you're still on the map, but not doing much. And you can never have that mentality. It just becomes chaos. We see these teams here in the finals. Not really something that plagues them, but we still have to question who's going to be able to show up here on 3. Sentinels with 2 maps is putting that pressure on. And it's a lot of pressure here as they start to take the lead. These ultimates up, as we said before, and the spike is down for now. Controlled by the Cypher traps currently at the moment, but those actually just went down. So you can see Shazam's like, I'm going to go pick up the spike real quick. We need that in our hands.
That's huge too, because the tripwires go out, which allows
Such
a
a big
flank
kill.
here from Doma. Nice kill from Sick, but again, there is a lot of problems for Sentinels because the trips go down, and now there can be pushes all across the map here from FNATIC, and they're in a 3v4 after plant. This will be tough. They've got a great spot for the plant. Shazam is able to play from long. He's got Hunter's Fury. There's a lot of things going here for Sentinel's favor. And there goes the push into TenZ. He's just going to hold the forward ground. He doesn't care. He's taking these fights by himself. Portrayed him down, and they're looking good to try to finish this one. Shazam has to go to the side, gets concussed, has to be great on his first.
Oh my God!
How on earth has he done that? The Ripple clutch from Shazam is phenomenal. I don't think he had any right to win that, but you know what? It's Shazam. He is just better than you can ever expect in these moments, pulling out a transfer of all transfers there, connecting with every bullet, holding it true on that spray. Oh my goodness, and he was concussed here as well. That's 3 headshots there.
Oh my word. Okay. I mean, you saw Shazam do it. I'm not sure if there was a delay after the Trailblazer. They knew he was flashed. We'll go to the next round. Durka here trying to keep himself alive. They're back on the eco for FNATIC, and rounds like we just saw start to weigh on your opponents. Sentinels feeling great after those victories. Coming into round 7 here, it's a lot of action towards the A site with a big flank from Sentinels onto C already. What's this going to produce?
Yeah, that flank is coming in as well from FNATIC. Mystic gets one on the front. Let's see if there's any more love here for FNATIC. My goodness,
Whoa.
Charging forward, and also the flank there by Magnum is good also. It puts Sentinels in a very odd position. Just around before, we have Shazam breaking FNATIC's back with such an insane clutch. And now we've got a very interesting situation here. Zom's lurking through spawn. We'll take down one. Magnum with the off angle there, able to punish, leaving Shazam alone. The Cosmic Divide as well. With this much time, Shazam could be anywhere.
I think he's going to push all the way through.
30 seconds left.
Looks quite possible here. I do think that would be a really cool play as well. But
Yeah.
he's going to go for the plant on A. Bose is going to concuss the back of the site. He spotted him. He's going to take him down. Very good try, avoiding the stars, but Bose still had the position. What an answer back, though, Riv. What an answer, given what Shazam just did to them. Getting the thrifty, huge.
And that's what I said. Rounds like that from a player can weigh on your opponents. Powerlifting over here from FNATIC is what you call this. What a round from everybody. Magnum coming up big on the flank as well. And then on the final kill for Zoms because they knew it was a little too quiet and someone was being a rat. But you're right. To see that come through, to get the operator back into Durka's hands, FNATIC is doing everything they need to while getting attacked from each side by Sentinels to make sure they stick in this game and can bring it back to the one that they want to play right out of the gate each round. Durka with the peak. What can he produce?
Got to be so careful here because Sentinels are looking to really force the issue. Run it back is available from Sick. He might pop that right now. How will they deal with Durka, though? Durka, he could be the recipient of a wayward knife from TenZ, who's popped that Blade Storm. And look at just the sort of hold of position that's happening right now here for Sentinels. They're waiting to see if FNATIC are going to just start throwing utility. Are they going to rotate everybody? Are they going to start to question things now? Because it's all quiet. Do they rotate off of A?
Phoenix ult out of short.
And there's the full frontal assault from Sentinels. It's looking really good. It's going to be retake here for FNATIC.
Spike planted.
And this, I don't know, this is a tough one.
No charges left.
It's very unfortunate here, Riv, as well, because again, it feels like Dirk is unable to activate with that operator.
As soon as it just seemed like it was kind of flawless. The bread and butter there for Sentinels to get into that. And I think the identification may be, where's Magnum? Magnum slows us down a lot. That's the utility in the site that can really stop us. Doma's going to throw some slows. Slows aren't damaging, neither is a wall. So there's actually a lot that Sentinels won't have to worry about if they aren't initially seeing Magnum. Otherwise, you're going to have to work on against the amazing aim of FNATIC and their members. But we know what that means, and seeing what type of crowd control or damaging abilities that would displace you are presented at a site, Sentinels are going to feel much more comfortable following Sick in once he identifies that information. So nice, quick, clean round there to get themselves in. And we'll keep an eye on if they're finding Magnum, staying away from Magnum, because he's doing a great job at utilizing Killjoy bots between alert in the middle of B, turret over at C, so he can spread two sites and play it nicely in garage. Here he's setting up his turret, as you see on the mini-map, in the corner, and he'll head back to a garage position to activate both of those and keep that side of the map clean, which almost means those holds on A for FNATIC should be stronger.
And again, we're seeing this A presence. And again, quick fact, quick reminder, Sentinels at Masters 2 Reykjavík have not dropped a single map. They win this map, it's a flawless run. Durka, though, is in an elevated position here. Can he get the trade? He gets it onto Sick, but it's... Oh, okay, Mystic with the swing. He's looking for more. And it's going to be a 3v3 here. Shazam is reading the flank already. Boaster is going to get caught off guard entirely.
Spike planted.
And it looks like it could be a wrap here for FNATIC unless Magnum does something truly unthinkable. Caught in the crossfire. Sentinels pick up their 6th round.
Yeah. Look at the initial attack there. If you can remember what just happened, as they all shot their weapons with not a real peek, right? They stepped out, shot, but were still hidden. Literally to confuse the crap out of your opponent, and then everybody peeked at the same time. It's the consistency of knowing that everybody's going to be doing the same thing. How to execute on even one person in the site that continues, I think, to bring Sentinels on top of these situations. Just having that fundamental, the next step and the next step in place, and always being able to execute on that. Durka looking to make a play, and this could be huge with the Storm as he's seen and caught out by the Cypher Cam.
Yeah, definitely. And he does a good job there by destroying it before it can get vision, so he could still be out there. But it's going to be it looks like a straight push here. Oh, the updraft peak. They were ready and waiting for that one. Sentinels were just holding their ground, looking for the response. Picked up Durka, and now they're just charging through to the side. Backside control for Boaster. He's got to hit every shot. Dapper will eventually take him down, and with the neural theft, they know exactly what's going on. Mystic, last player standing. So we get taken down by Dapper as well. 7-3 opening here is looking very dominant from Sentinels thus far, and it really feels like a struggle for FNATIC. You know, Durka can't activate. He got punished for playing too aggressively in the last series against FNATIC. He's getting punished for not playing aggressively enough in some spots, and in the spots where he chooses, right then, Sentinels are just waiting for that move. They've heard the Blade Storm. They know that's a huge possibility, and they wait for it.
And it's wild to see.
We are strong.
Come party with me. It's wild to see.
We are strong.
Come party with me. Oh, they start off. Almost able to hit Magnum there. Magnum playing it nice and getting 1 HP as he gets the heal up from Sky. A little bit of a reset, and they're back onto ultimates. Boaster's found out as he tries to play a close shot, Dan. Now they're into C again.
Yeah, good punish there coming through, but it's going to be very difficult here for FNATIC to get too much more here. Durka picks down Tens, but it's going to need much more. Some distraction coming from Garage, but they do know where Durka is, so I see Shazam holding this position.
Yeah.
Good angle from Sick here. There's a swing from Durka. Won't land. Sick splash will get destroyed and he'll get taken down as well. 8-3 now for Sentinels. Starting to look pretty straightforward for them in the first half of Haven.
It's becoming just a series of multi-kills almost, you know? We see a lot of members going down. We just saw Shazam's there, able to get 2 or 3 at the end of the round. Ten's making work here with 2 of his own. So if we're not getting 1-for-1s across the map, it's going to be hard for FNATIC to be able to come up on top of these strats. Plus, they continue to be kind of just pushed into the floor on credits, what they can buy here to another gun round. They're facing 3 powerful ultimates on the side of Sentinels. It's like they continue to come up so Sentinels can rinse and repeat and make every gun round FNATIC has that much harder.
And there's the Hunter's Fury to try to destroy the lockdown. Although did not do that. Transfer from Zombs won't connect either. FNATIC with a nice crunch through mid. Whoa. But it's down to Durka now. He's got 3 players left to go. He knows where 1 is. Where's the extra player? The flick's not good. Tens swings through and just annihilates Durka there. That was so fast. 9-3. And we switch sides. The second half. Is this it for FNATIC? Is this Sentinel sweeping the grand finals 3-0 and being undefeated throughout the entire tournament? That would be something.
Dan, I think they unleashed Tens on a bit of the content plays. Shazam said, run free, make it happen. And I think we're getting a few from him. He's had such a great series here. The question also for Sentinels was, would that change be it? Would Tens be able to be Tens on land? It's all this guy wanted. The break he took was, I'll come back when it's land time. And he did. And now he's there representing for North America at the grand finals of Reykjavík Masters here. And FNATIC as well, fighting now to keep themselves in this. 2 maps down, still have what it takes. They're going to do the first B strat, Dan. Let's see how this pays off for them.
Yeah, Zombs straight there, backside, holding things down with the assistance of Sick. Still in position, still causing problems here for FNATIC as they try to push this forward. The wall is slowly being broken, and the integrity of this push is starting to wane as FNATIC still try to hold on with what they have. Missed it with 2 great headshots. Boaster with the finishing move. Great for FNATIC there. That's the start they needed into this second half. They just have to hold on against the pistols.
Super, super big. See how this one happens again. Mystic, everything on the outside that he can produce to give the team the advantage, and Boaster there to finalize. See if those frags can keep coming up in the second half for Doma and Boaster. Usually we see those 2 able to lead the charge a little bit with more confident shots, and it may be making FNATIC play a bit more timid to these situations. Here they should have that momentum after pistol round. We'll see if they can grab it. It is going to be the Marshall for Tens this time. We'll see if they can stop the eco from FNATIC.
Really fast pace, straight into B. Durka with a dash straight backside. Oh my god, Sick! Just, I think that was a point-blank shot straight in the side of Durka's face. Now we've got FNATIC, you know, they have control of the site. They use the wall to block off A-Link. So they have a setup here. And it's just going to be tough for the pistols. Oh my god, the spray from Mystic is fantastic. What a player this guy is. Now Sentinels have the site. Seekers go forward. That's going to confirm the information as to where they are. And there's still those nano swarms, I believe. And there goes 1. It's going to be very hard for Sentinels. The Cloud Burst goes down. Oh my god, the spray, the transfer from Shazam. Out comes the Sheriff. He's looking for the headshot. And it's going to be FNATIC, though. They're going to lock it in. I love the B play on an anti-eco.
It's awesome, and they're playing it much faster. We actually saw Haven being a problem for FNATIC the first time they played Sentinels, and ended up being a problem there with the loss. But getting into B didn't allow them to set up, didn't allow them to really hold the site in a post plant because of all the smokes and the utility Sentinels were left with to enter back into sight. Here, a better flank, much more aggression, and FNATIC are encroaching into the space that was Sentinels, taking much more control. So a nice job there, and being able to take the site without really having too much of a post plant. You're just, well, it is a post plant, but you're just setting up defense inside the site, which becomes very tricky.
Ducky went straight past the player.
Oh my god!
Sick! My goodness! He's gonna go straight
to
spawn.
That was sick.
Like, see ya! Durka straight in spawn. Tens is looking for him. Oh my god. This guy is doing so much damage. And with that, the chaos as well. The free... What? Dapper is going to get one straight through the wall. And that's going to even it up 3v3. But Magnum is in position. Garage. Doma's slowed on the planting. Oh, but the lineup couldn't be more perfect.
Oh my god.
The timing is unbelievable, Riv.
Magnum, why are you so good? The brain he's working with right now is literally just firing mind bullets to all the Sentinels. He's reading what they're doing. They're 2 steps before they even got to garage for the double collab. I should say the collab. Double collab would be a lot. Now 9-5 here. Turret's going to give him up. Shazam trying to work a little magic.
Yeah, definitely doable here for Shazam. We know how good he is. That's an isolated fight. Doesn't win it. But if he can find another one of those, maybe there's a chance. There is one, but Doma's going to take him down. And this time, Shazam won't pull out the most unbelievable clutch in the 1v2 on that C site.
Goodbye.
But Durka, my god, he was just... I don't know what he thinks is in defender spawn, but he was trying to fast track it straight there.
Yep.
And there it is. We're getting closer here, Rip. This is looking much more competitive now from FNATIC.
FNATIC having the first 3. Build the momentum. They usually get tacked or hit up at round 2 or 3 where the other team is able to come through, but they push an eco back onto Sentinels, and FNATIC are now feeling it. In a groove, it looks like they want to work A with a little bit of that utility from Astra on to B and C. With the turret in the middle, they can watch the flank with Magnum and not have to worry about too much as they figure out what utility is going to be where with Sentinel's agents. Oh, goodbye. What a gravity well there from both.
Yeah, no escape. That was very scary as well. Shazam is famed for his pistol aim, and Durka spamming through as well. Got to be cautious, not be over confident in these scenarios. Sentinels could be quite dangerous with what they're carrying. There we go. Dapper opens it up onto Durka. 4v4. They've got some site position, just diving onto Doma, trading again with the Sheriffs. In comes FNATIC. They have to push past the Cosmic Divide. They have to push past all the vision blocking, and they're going to find the frags to close the round. 7-9 to the deficit as FNATIC slowly but surely start to look more confident, and they start to climb back. But we're into another bye for Sentinels.
And this is now where, as we watch this again, a great retake coming in. This is by FNATIC, I'm saying, the great retake. They retake control of the site, understand what they need to do, and make sure they get another round. And now looking at how FNATIC is playing these, they continue to play strong, they identify what's going on, and now with that eco of getting a few frags, they've strung together ultimates, just like Sentinels was doing when they were on defense. And now, just like FNATIC was doing, sorry, on the other side. But now they can use those ultimates, stack them together, and make sure they have a few rounds to themselves. It's the Bladestorm first, Rez can be there, and Magnum's ult is last if necessary.
Yeah, and these C splits were very, very popular for FNATIC on their attack on the last time these two teams faced each other, and we get that lockdown coming through, can't be denied. So that's going to give all his position. Love that from Magnum. Deep Nano Swarm to deny positioning here for Sentinels. Boaster with the lurk. This is how FNATIC play it. If Boaster finds good timings on that lurk, FNATIC are in a great position. Oh, hello, Durka! Playing whack-a-mole. And that is a really good opening for FNATIC at 4 versus 2 now. And Durka's looking for more, and he's going to get it. Tense goes down, and now there's no hope for Shazam.
And check out, look at how they defend the site here. Again, we bring up the no Sova point. It makes FNATIC have to defend the site like this. And that's not a bad have to. This is how they choose to, but they're just up in your face. Retaking the site has to be fast. So you're also pressuring Sentinels and needing to get there in numbers, not playing their game of trade one. FNATIC really adapting this strategy that has to stay in a site to play post-plant, which is a difficult thing to do, and continue to take rounds away from Sentinels. 9-8 now, Dan, as we keep going.
Yeah, and one point to note from the previous matchup with these two teams is that Sentinels would win A control pretty easily most of the time, and FNATIC didn't really invest too much in it, and they relied a lot on C splits and sometimes like fast timings into B. That's how FNATIC got most of their attacking rounds the last time these two teams played this map. And we haven't seen exactly that as much, but it is shaping up somewhat similarly, and FNATIC are looking actually a bit better so far. So we'll see if that continues, because we've got a hodgepodge buy here from Sentinels with the Blade Storm, so they are dangerous in this round.
And that wall that Dome is placing when they get over to C for those takes, you see how he leaves the left side open? So interesting. A lot of times you would wall off the entirety of the C defense entry because you want to know where they're coming from. But leaving that open makes the defense guess, is somebody on the back platform area? Are they anywhere I have to look? What a great mind game wall as we see a lot of action in. Dapper's like, one may have dashed behind me, but I can't look.
Yeah, and he gets one from the judge in that position as well, so that's ideal for FNATIC. You know, I feel like the judges often getting two there for sure. And that does make it very difficult. TenZ, again, still has the Blade Storm available. And here he goes, 1 versus 4 here for TenZ. You never want to put it past him to pull out the impossible. And there's the first engagement, and that's not going to go too well. Switching out for the Spectre. Just a bit too awkward on those first few throws, and Magnum will take him down. 9-9, FNATIC. It was looking like all of the energy was just sapped from them, but they are truly, well and truly back in this. And this is a map that I think we would expect Sentinels to really win this one. Will be very comfortable here, and this is a map that I think we would expect Sentinels to really win this one. Will be very...
FNATIC back on Haven, 63%. Just like their bind percentage, it's up there. It's so good, and we see them starting to attack back on this so well right now. Sick does have the run it back, an ult for Doma there if they want to bring someone back onto the map for this. As TenZ looks to get an early operator into play. Phantoms for the entirety of FNATIC here in round 19.
Oh, and Durka again with these forward dashes into B. It's been really good for FNATIC, and it looks like it might convert again to get the opening kill onto Zombs. That's all the Astra stuff out of the way with. The Seekers come through as well for Magnum to allow him to understand how to position. Oh, he should have won that one. Shazam with a great recovery with the Seeker in his face, still picks off Magnum, and that will take it to a 4v4. And that's going to really give a chance here to Sentinels.
Boaster on the roam. What will he be able to do from the other side as he waits to hear more shots, waits to hear confirmation from the team before they all move? And again, this is where it could be tough if Sentinels get the smokes down that are necessary. Actually, they're out of smokes. So this is good for FNATIC as the retake is going to happen. Shazam takes down one. They use the Phoenix wall to fake it. And what will happen?
Boaster,
my word.
Position was so key, and TenZ, that's got to be
wow.
A scope there, and they're going to have just enough time to defuse this one as Dapper locks it in for Sentinels. They go 10-9, but that's the B plays for you. You know, really relies on you taking control somewhere, and Magnum, unfortunately for him, you know, missed this kill. This kills everything.
And it becomes a bit chaotic. Having to stay in the site, not being able to watch all those angles, because playing outside of it means you deal with walls. As we see Mystic out behind this one, can't really help. It becomes tough. FNATIC is doing such a good job at initiating these rounds, and then again, they put Sentinels in one of their favorite things, the retake. So it might need to be FNATIC pushing forward a little bit more. They were taking ground earlier, having somebody go through garage and get a little bit more. That was really pulling Sentinels apart, and I love that from FNATIC in the earlier rounds.
Yeah, I think if they run that again, they have more success. They had so many things going for them there. I think that's why both are so stressed out by that one. TenZ finding Durka is a good opening there for Sentinels. And it looked like FNATIC wanted to mix things up and explode onto this A site. That will force out the res. At the very least, the res is there for FNATIC. Now, FNATIC actually spreading out here. So they've left a lurk towards A short and Magnum. And actually, no, the spike is going to be there as well. So it's going to be a fake of the C rotation. But they have to sell this one. Oh, that's a sell this one. Oh, that's a huge.
It's not sold.
Fine from Sick. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Rib. Definitely not sold, but they still take down TenZ. So 2v4 afterplant. It is workable.
Sonar Bolt waiting to come up for Shazam. They possibly wait for that to happen before they even retake the site. Yes, Magnum pushing up. This is perfect, but there's too many on each side, and he gets crossfired as he goes for the play that can give them the advantage. Great thought as Sentinels just has too many there. A 4K for Sick as he starts to bring it back on the Phoenix. Now round 11 going over for Sentinels.
Yeah, that was so close. So many spots there. You know, what if not for Six? You know, insane 2K. We're gonna, I'm sure, see it. The opening frag and then Sick on that rotation. They really had to sell this. All they have to do is get the kill onto Sick and then try to delay, and this round will look very different.
Yep. Instantaneous, as all these players are doing everything they can to make it work for their squad. Back to guns, Vandals and Phantoms being chosen on the side of FNATIC here as Tens get pulled around a little bit.
It's the default looking once again as it did in previous rounds here, where limited focus towards A. In fact, a lot left up to Tens on A. He's the solo defender there with the operator. And it makes a lot of sense. You can see that there is Six actually on B here. They're expecting FNATIC to go back to these B plays, which have been quite successful. Largely successful for FNATIC, and they need success right now, so you would expect it. The Divide comes through. They're going for a fast switch up into the C site. There's the dive through. Oh my god, Sentinels bring the fight to FNATIC.
The double dive through. You hardly ever see it. Sick goes back in, and there's another one as well. It's going to be Dapper taking down Magnum. Boaster trades, and now he's a left V2.
Doesn't expect Dapper to be there.
That's
and
12.
That's championship point for Sentinels.
Match point.
This is it. This is the moment. Now FNATIC have no more lives left. They can't set a foot wrong at this point. But yeah, you're right, Riv. What an insane call, just at such a moment's notice for Sentinels to communicate to each other, we're pushing through this together. Like
you already have the team on their heels to say, all right, we have a few rounds to jump in your face in the championship grand finals BO5. Like, those are not the plays you're expecting a lot from people unless it's a Jet or a Phoenix just by himself. Dan, here we are, 12-9, possible championship point here for Sentinels.
And Bosa goes down straight away, trying to challenge Tens on that A-long position. And in goes the B play. Trades on through as they vibe for position. FNATIC, they get the wall up. Res is available here for Doma. If he can find it, it's going to be very difficult, though, because they know surely that someone is in this site. It's Shazam sending forward all the utility there. Gets caught, though. And we also get the lockdown coming through here. And Doma's in such an awkward position by himself. Finally gets the res in. Sick, making his way from C-Link. FNATIC in a 4 versus 2 here. It's going to take a lot for Sick and Tends to pull this one out. Magnum with the flank. He's going to find both players. There's
oh my god.
Great stuff. So great timing from Magnum. And FNATIC stay in it for a round longer. Can they get to overtime, though, Rick?
I sure hope so, Dan. Let's go. Give me more and more. Let's do it. What a play. And to see this perseverance from your teams at the top of the table, obviously mainly FNATIC here, not letting backs against the wall even turn down their aim. They come out strong with a round that keeps them in this series, in this best of 5 with their back against the wall here. And now it looks to be the A strat as we see Boaster setting up smokes all around just to make sure Sentinels is thinking. Yeah, a little bit of a push here from Sick.
It's crazy if you think about the positioning for Sentinels. They're so heavy towards Garage and B because that's where FNATIC find their success. So FNATIC have actually completely timed with this one. If they contact all the way through, in fact, they've sent the Trailblazer out now. So FNATIC, or the Sentinels know what's happening. But this was the perfect read from FNATIC. They just have to find a way to win with this position. And they just don't expect Tens. Oh no, they were not checking for Tens. They do trade him out though, but Dapper has crept onto the site. The trades now as Shazam creeps, and it's 2 versus 2 after all of the trades. Do they know about Zombs? Mystic does, and now Sick is going to be him. Punishes Mystic, pulling out the Seekers. He's got the crosshair placement, but Magnum swings, and it's a win. Keeps FNATIC in this one for another round, a chance at an overtime.
If you even guessed once that Magnum wasn't one of the people keeping FNATIC in this game, there it is, proof right on the screen as he finishes off a round to keep FNATIC now 1 point away from overtime in the grand finals with the most pressure that could be on this squad from Europe. They continue to perform. And this is one of those qualities people saw in the team coming through, is what made FNATIC so strong. They can get through a lot, even with their fundamentals being amazing. When they're called upon, they can do it.
This buy, though, from Sentinels is a bit scary because it seems like it's desperate. This buy, though, from Sentinels is a bit scary because it seems like it's desperate, but in the desperation, it can get the KO. Beast there! Just savaging that defense on C with the knives. And it's going to be TenZ here now that we're following, trying to find something on the flank. He knows there's someone up here. We've got Boaster meditating in the window. He'll get caught. Shazam's creeping forward as well. Oh, he times Sturker.
They're running through. Sonar up. Dome was close. They don't know. Oh my god, he gets flashed!
The team flash! The team flash! Magnum's in the smoke here. TenZ.
Oh my god!
Oh, Magnum's got no HP. Not like this! Sentinels! They're gonna get the defuse! They've done it! Sentinels are the Masters 2 Reykjavík champions! And they do it flawlessly. They didn't drop a single map. They have made history here, Riv, because they are the first global champions.
They darted out a FNATIC player, but FNATIC knew exactly where the rest of the rebuttal would be from Sentinels, that they could run through the defense that continue to go the distance with overtimes. A 3-0 still, as we said, for FNATIC. And we can see they know how good they are. Still smiles on their faces. They're going to come back stronger. But it's the team on your screen right now from North America. Sentinels, as you said, Dan, grabbing the Masters Reykjavík Championship for Valorant. 1 year later, this is the team that's setting the pace.
And there can't be a single question anymore about the best team, the best region. The Sentinels have won this tournament. They've represented North America here. And I think it's fair to say, you know, they are the best team in the world. Finally, conclusively, definitively, we can state this. As we've now concluded our first. It's amazing if we consider the history, over the last year, the hype, and how much discussion has gone back and forth, how much theory crafting has gone on over the various podcasts and shows that we've had discussing Valorant esports. Finally, we have some answers here, Riv.
What a game from this team. TenZ gets to play on land, having a great time for himself. Sentinels come up so strong throughout the tournament. And like you said, without dropping a map, they're able to come in and make this happen. And no doubters anymore that Sentinels can perform as the best team in the world.
And some of the things that they had to do to make this happen is kind of insane, because I really feel like FNATIC played an incredible game of Valorant here. At this tournament, they played so very well. And against Sentinels, they played so very well. But there is just this element, there's this X factor that exists with the players on Sentinels that just somehow always makes it feel like it's possible. Stuff like we're seeing right there from TenZ. Every single player delivers so much in the key moments that you just always have something. You always have a play. You always have a chance with this team, no matter the situation.
Spike down.
Great communication from map to map. In this series, there wasn't a lot of combo utility usage. A lot of the set plays were done with bodies. A lot of things were brought forward with power and numbers and kind of trying to find the precedent of your opponent. And Sentinels as well. The first bloods coming out of TenZ, the ability to take FNATIC down a member is always going to make it harder.
Yes, it's so crazy to think that, you know, we've come all this way, and this is the moment that we. Well, I guess we'll throw it over to Dash
Sentinels.
On stage.
It has been a long road to Reykjavik, where 10 teams arrived and competed, but only one remains standing and able to call themselves the world's best. And they did it in undefeated fashion. taking down every other region at the tournament without dropping a map. Once again, Sentinels and Sick, I'm coming to you first right here on my right. My dude, how does it feel to be the first ever winner of an international LAN for Valorant?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. Like, my entire CS career, like, I was wanting this so bad.
Right, taking down the war.
All this way, and this is the moment. Well, I guess we'll throw it over to Dash on stage.
Sentinels. Sentinels.
Well, I guess we'll throw it over to Dash on stage.
Sentinels. Sentinels. It has been a long road to Reykjavik, where 10 teams arrived and competed, but only one remains standing and able to call themselves the world's best. And they did it in undefeated fashion, taking down every other region at the tournament without dropping a map. Once again, Sentinels and Sick, I'm coming to you. Tournament, standing to Reykjavik.
To Dash on stage.
Sentinels.